on the secondaries like we see on the Schlieffen line, like we see, wow. Battleship? 6-gun dispersion? Okay, overpen still. It looked good though. Hey guys, welcome back to World of Warships. Today we're playing out the one and only Gneisenau, courtesy of Ship Request. Last time, that was the most upvoted comment. Make sure you comment down below this video. Whatever you want to see me play next time, most upvoted is what I will do. Now this ship is very unique and special. I think it has one of your favorite characteristics, especially in a battleship. It has 6 guns. Given how popular this seems to be as a request, I can only assume that this is one of your favorite parts of a ship. Surely it couldn't be you want to see me suffer in these videos. No. That would be cruel, wouldn't it? You guys like me, and therefore would not want to see me suffer. Oh boy. This one's a rough one too. It doesn't even have battlecruiser dispersion. At least Sun Yat-sen did. This is battleship dispersion 1.8 sigma. At least though, it's a very good brawler. At tier 7 though, we have a ton of armor, as well as torpedoes here, allowing us to get into some very close range engagements and have a lot of fun. This one is also unique in that it has secondaries with 128 mil secondaries. Sharn only gets the 105s and then a few 150s. So a small difference there, but it does allow us to full pen battleship armor even at higher tier without taking IFHE. Frees up our build a little bit. I will say though, our turret angles as well as our secondary firing angles are a little bit worse than Sharnor's. We're pretty quick here, decent rudder shift, okay turning circle radius. Detection 13.7 is fine, but at tier 8 we start to see things like concealment upgrade, allowing battleships to get much stealthier. Tier 7 is a bit of an awkward point in basically any surface ship. You don't have access to that 5th upgrade slot yet. Here's the build that we're going to run out with this one today. I will still be playing with secondaries, don't you worry. I just think it's a bit of a pipe dream to get to our 5th heal, potentially 6th heal, so that's why I'm not taking these skills. I would like to get back to those heals sooner, so that's why we're taking this 2nd upgrade here for AA. Not for AA bonus, but purely for that consumable reload while our AA is active. And again, wanting to get back to our damage control and our heal a little bit quicker. I'm going to start with a hybrid build though. I am going to give this a shot. More than likely, we'll swap over to full secondary to see how that plays. But for now, I will try and make the main guns work, as that does seem to be what you guys want to see out of some of these ships. And guys, now if we get lucky, you never know. These 380mm guns can do pretty well. Remember though to comment down below this video whatever you want to see next time. Most upvoted, it's what I'll be playing. Now we've got pretty lucky with the matchmaker, not gonna lie. It's a pretty massive down tier for us. But what I want you to pay attention to in this game is not just how Gneisenau is gonna be trolling me, but notice our air detect, all right? This is one of the big changes with this update, helping with plane spotting, or at least trying to reduce the amount you are spotted by planes. For battleships, a big portion of that, at least as we get to higher tier, is maxing out at 10 kilometers air detect. But when you shoot your guns, you no longer will see the air detect bloom out like it used to. And I think this is going to be a pretty big deal. So I'm going to shoot this Gneisenau here, not because an angled target's particularly good, but I want to demonstrate. Look at that. We still have a 9-kilometer air detect after firing our guns. How cool is that? In fact, we're going to miss out on a chance for the Secondaries here. And that was actually better damage than I thought. That's actually, wow, 8.4? Angled Gneisenau? 6 guns? Okay. But I think this is going to be a big deal. I really do. I think this is going to help out a lot. We'll see. I need to play with it some more, but generally, this should result in a lot less times you're spotted when you fire. You're less punished for shooting your guns, especially in... Wow, look at that dispersion. Especially against when you're a lighter cruiser or destroyer. Shooting your guns, high DPM ships, you're not going to be spotted nearly as often. At least that is the hope here. Now, as for my positioning, I'm pretty much out in the open here for this enemy carrier to go after, so I'm going to turn away just a little bit here. We don't want to be the primary focus of that guy. And I'm going to hold my guns here potentially for, yeah, a cruiser. Broadside cruiser. Actually, that looks like pretty good dispersion. 2 overpens, no! I mean, that's just battleship guns, right? We don't have short fuses here. That is one of the nice parts about Sharnors. Yes, you get really small guns for a battleship, but it has shorter fuse times, which means light cruisers tend to not just take overpens. And that's a big problem when you have larger guns and that longer fuse time overall. Now that he's angled, though, is this when we get our damage? Yep. Yep. Man, am I supposed to be happy about that? I don't know. That just feels like... That feels bad for me. I know it feels bad on this poor guy's end. Like, that doesn't feel good to eat Citadel overmatch. I don't know, Wargaming. Maybe we could look at that. I don't know exactly how they would change it, because you still need a little bit of overmatch. Otherwise, you just get into games where everyone just stays angled all the time, and then we're just all spamming AHE angled at each other. But that's a bit of an issue. There we go. There's the classic Gneisenau dispersion, right? That feels a little bad, no? Feels a little bad. Decent start, though. Still a decent start. He's slow? I think so. Let's try there. And maybe we turn back towards middle here. Yeah, nice. 10k. Take 3 hits there. Gladly. Now, we're not getting in secondary range just yet. By the way, our secondary range is 8.3 still. Tier 7 secondaries certainly have a pretty solid range buff these days. Happened a while ago, but this used to be much less, or maybe it was around 8 kilometers, I think. Now it's 9.5 it maxes out at. Ah, just missed the Nuremberg there. Hanging on to my heel, perhaps a little bit too long, but we do only get 4 of them this game. There we go. Congo broadside into battleships. That's where we want the longer fuse times, bigger shells, that kind of thing. Or are we still overpen? Or are we still overpen? There's a stored 43 here, sure. No problem. Okay, Gneisenau is behind an island, so I'm going to use this opportunity to turn away, actually. And I want to fire at this cruiser. I don't really want to take an engagement with a DD at close range. You never know when Torps are coming, when or where they are. Yep. There they are. We've seen them, but I still don't want to get in a sustained engagement like that. Hey, there's another black ribbon. Okay. Hybrid build meta. All right, all right. I'm down. One of the other reasons that this ship is not as good at being a full secondary build is it doesn't have the maximum buff dispersion on the secondaries like we see on the Schlieffen line, like we see. Wow, wow, wow! Battleship? 6-gun dispersion? Okay, overpen still. It looked good, though. Sure looked really good. Should try and take out this sub if we can. I mean, this dispersion's been a lot better than I was expecting. Try there. Got the flood. Oh, we even got a direct hit. Nice. Ah, another couple overpens. It's hard to land some of those around islands. Looks like he's down. Nice. He sent Torps our way, so we'll have to be a little bit cautious of that. Try another one out there. Yeah, our team's not looking so hot on this other flank. But if I go over here, am I just going to let my team down on this flank? Hard to know. But for a mostly gun build, the guns are performing quite well. In fact, opportunity. Rangers Citadel is towards the back. Oh, look at this. Look at these front guns, bro. Okay, we're watching. We're watching. I'm going to heal in the meantime. No, only 1 hit. Only 1 hit, guys. Feels bad. It's still a reasonably close game, although we've lost all our DDs. You're going to notice this one quickly get out of hand. Such a massive problem to lose your DDs like this. You wouldn't think of this one necessarily as a blowout, but just you wait. This one's going to quickly spiral for our team. Another overpen only. Nuremberg now. It is a lot of long-range salvos I'm taking, which is not the best for this one. Okay, it's enemy Gneisenau. I'm holding here. Okay, Ranger is angling. Nuremberg should get spotted here soon. That's what I'm holding for. Ah, he angled though. Wait, no, that's maybe a good thing, right? Maybe that's a good thing. And very worried about enemy DD out here. Very worried about that. Ooh, not quite. Looks like we had an AFK cruiser. Yeah, that's not so great for us, for sure. And yeah, it'd be nice to be able to push this, but I don't think we can. We just gotta hold position for now. Hopefully the enemy team makes a mistake. Sometimes that's what you gotta hope for too these days. Hope for big mistakes from the enemy team. Doesn't always happen though. Here's a cruiser, maybe going broadside? We're in a pretty good position. Our West Virginia 44 has a lot of HP still. It's quite good. Now then, is this guy slowing down into a smoke? Or, yes, he is. One more tick of spotting? No, we don't have that. All right, that's fine. Okay, they're not actually going to the flank. That's really good for us. Front guns will try there. Cheeky salvo here, maybe? Oh, cruiser's back up. Let's try there. We're going to want to catch this Endracht. I'm bad with pronunciation, as always. We're going to try and catch some of these cruisers as they are hoping to escape some of their positions, maybe. That's what I'll be looking for. And just waiting to see if somebody pushes, see if somebody gives me broadside. I think it'd be a mistake to push out from here, generally. Yeah, there's Agincourt down, unfortunately. Oh, hey, our Flint's back in. Nice. Decent hit on the Congo. Surprised I haven't done more, but maybe that's just dispersion. But our damage per shell hit's very good. 31 hits so far. Nearly 90k damage. Let's try again. And now that we have a Flint in... Ah. Okay. Sure. We'll send some secondaries his way. We avoid his bombs, and now he's broadside on. How many broadsides are we going to get this video? This game, even. Oh, we managed to connect with one. Nice. There's our Confed. Okay. Now our secondaries aren't firing. See, this is what happens when you don't run the build fully for secondaries. There's a small gap of value lost, but I think we're gaining on the just pure main guns here. Armor is holding somewhat. Yeah, somewhat. Can we finish him? Yeah, that was great dispersion, in fact. Don't think there's going to be much more HE for us, so I'm okay with repping that for now. But yeah, we've lost too many people, unfortunately, here to have a real shot into this game. Maybe I played too passive. That is a possibility, certainly. But we're doing... I think I'm doing pretty well here. I think what you're seeing just is generally DD diff, right? This is what happens when you don't quite have the DD advantage in these games. Or you lose that advantage that DDs can provide you. But now we'll get into a brawl. We're going to try and take out this Colorado if we can. Well, trying to avoid potential Ohotnik YOLO Torps. Try and keep Gneisenau between the island. There we go. That's good. We're going to look for Congo to turn broadside potentially. Okay, there's Ohotnik. Fine. Oh, we got to go so broadside to get my guns firing here. And that's gonna hurt us? Yeah, that hurts. Look at our dispersion, though. Oh, it's still overpens. How sad. Let's try there. How to play this? I need to... Yeah, Colorado guns are the scariest, of course. But then Congo's getting our broadside here soon. Heal me. Nice. Do I get a Torp hit? Nice. Good. Yeah, Congo on our broadside hurts a lot. I needed more full pens, I think, into this Colorado, is what it comes down to. Let's try an angle here. And give me these Torps on Gneisenau. He's almost dead. Get him. All right, nice. Oh, Gneisenau turned away. Too bad. Okay, not a bad brawl. I was hoping he would actually turn into us. That was the idea there. Ah, and we are dead. Okay. Yeah, I think we're just seeing a bit of DD difference there. But that was a very good game for us. You notice I was patient? I'm usually not that patient. And that patience turned into an excellent match for us individually. But this is what happens when you get a good individual score. They usually happen on games where you lose. Because your team didn't do a whole lot. Therefore, there was more room for you to individually perform well. It's why it's less common, I would say, to get massive damage output like this when you're winning a battle. And that's totally fine. That's just kind of, you know, that's just how it works, right? That's how logic goes. But would have been nice to have it a little bit closer, although I still had a pretty good time with this one. Wow. 184? That was even a 2 on a loss with Gneisenau there. Yeah. I will gladly take that one, guys. Wow. Very, very solid performance out of this ship. And we still got good value out of our secondaries here. And the main guns were surprisingly efficient here. This is great. Wow. Now, I'm sure you guys want to witness more suffering. So let's swap over to full secondary. Uh-oh, guys. Apparently we had too good of an experience playing World of Warships and now deserve to be punished. Bugsy, did you take one last opportunity to flip the switch on me? Oh, man. Well, we're going to play with our team. I cannot play this flank. Our DD is leaving. I know, I always say, do not leave your flank, but you'll have to forgive me. This is one of those situations where we just have to. And we're fast, so we'll get into the fight soon enough. Ah, there's Veneto. Excellent. And we get the Citadel. Huge. Huge. Seems like the game is over. I mean, bro, what do you want? What do you want from me? They're both striking me. Ah, this game sometimes, bro. It's so brutal. It is so disgusting sometimes, man. Oh, I don't want to play anymore. It's so unfun, man. Alright, at least we're gonna get the West Virginia 44, right? Alright. Another, yeah, 5k there's fine. Oh, he's on the SAP. That's actually pretty good for us. Nice. So we get the West Virginia 44. Our belt armor is apparently not enough for the SAP. Okay. I am gonna put you guys through that suffering with me. That is so sad. Aren't video games supposed to be fun? Alright, mercifully, we've managed to have a game without a carrier in it. But it's still double sub. And we also spawn on this flank again, same map. And look what else is leaving instantly. Do I push? Do I not? I'm gonna try it, but everything, all my experience is telling me to leave, honestly. Hopefully this Shores is a good player and doesn't get one shot instantly. But this is a situation where you just, like you saw it first game too, we ended up just losing outright because we didn't have any DDs. If the DDs and subs all leave your flank, That's a massive power vacuum that the enemy team will just steamroll through. So how do we deal with that? I don't know. We'll try and figure it out. I guess we'll just try to play the island and hope. I don't know what else to say. This is tough. Gneisenau's not easy to play, obviously, but tier 7 can be a bit of a problem area for Matchmaker. Aha! Oh my goodness, the lag. I clicked like a second before that shot went out. Oh, we don't get damage. Too bad. That would have been hype to start. Oh well. Smoke cruiser, that is totally fine. This is... Oh, are we really doing a first hit fire type of game? Alright. This is why we have islands to duck behind. Don't want to give that guy free damage. He's going to angle to us. That's fine. Ah. Aware. Aware. Somebody save me from this nightmare, dude. Oh, it goes under us. Big. And he's too close now, I think. And that was right on his splash, but we got nothing. Brother. Spare me. I just want to play boat versus boat, not mini game simulator. Like, I'd go play Wii Sports if I wanted to play mini games all day. Okay, cruiser is leaving. Sure. That's fine. We need to keep our speed up, though. Be a big problem, right? If the sub gets some easy torps on us and we're very stationary, right? And overmatch. Oh, still overpens. Unfortunate. Yeah, we're going to try and keep our speed up here now. Yes! Nice, we found him. That is huge for us. And he's close enough that we should be able to do some good damage, and he shouldn't be able to do too much damage to us. Secondaries can fire because he's on the surface right now. Big. Get some splash damage. Main gun's not doing a whole lot. That's okay. I really need those secondaries to finish him off. Please. Let's try there. Come on, get him. Nice, huge. Now we go to this guy, and we turn in because he certainly shot torps at us. Okay, and we shoot torps at you. You're turning in, so we go here. Did he shoot torps at us? Well, now we kind of need to angle. Oh, he didn't stay angling to us. Alrighty then. So our torps miss. Nice dodge, Mr. Koenig. Aim up here because he's angling. Nice. And we gotta, unfortunately, go broadside on to get our torps here, but it is very important we don't get rammed. This is one of the best parts about having torpedoes in a brawling battleship. I get rammed here 10 out of 10 times if I don't get those torps off. And that's what I really, really value about having torps on a brawling battleship. You know, at least we're fast enough to get back into some of these fights. A lot of lower tier battleships can't do that. Once your flank is done, it's still taking me a while to get back to this battle. And it's mostly over. But it's not great to run the full secondary. I don't know, man. Like, it feels like we should just be running hybrids these days. Because why would we want, you know, a kilometer, a little bit less than a kilometer more range versus, you know, main guns that actually... Ah, there's a Citadel. Main guns that actually consistently connect is so much more important. And we still have decent dispersion on the secondaries, right? Like, you still get a 5% dispersion buff from running main guns, and you get 20% from running secondary on secondary dispersion. So it's 15% difference, which is something, but taking manual secondaries on your commander is the real big deal. So, yeah, wow, that was just poorly aimed. That's not the ship's fault at all. I do think that running secondary builds, for the most part, unless your secondaries are like insanely overpowered, you should just run hybrids these days, man. It's so much more consistent. Even on a ship like Gneisenau. Even on a ship like this one. Let's try there. This guy's so broadside that it honestly might be just worth turning for him. But it'd be nice to finish off Algeria. Yeah, there we go. Nice. All right, let's see. 9 seconds. We got to go very broadside to shoot all of our secondaries, by the way. This one's not firing until like 40 degrees, something like that. It's kind of crazy. All right, he's turning away, so aim towards the rear of his ship. I don't quite get it, but we get a lot of overmatch damage. Overmatch still very powerful with these guns. And at these closer ranges where you do want to be playing Gneisenau, then yeah, the accuracy still feels pretty decent. But overall, I would say hybrid build on these German battleships is the way to go, even if you want to brawl. Because we're still getting similar secondary firepower, we're just gaining on the main guns overall. More consistency there is going to net you way better games. Because you're in control of those main guns, of course. Alright, we get a fire there. Don't get the kill, that's alright. Still a pretty good game. Apologies for my energy going down here a little bit. Games like that second one, it's tough, man. It's tough. And to do these more live commentary videos, I find it... I need to be having a good time in order to make the best videos. Otherwise, yeah, it's... it's hard, man. It's hard to play this game and record videos that are more positive. Because I don't want to be just mad. It's a video game. Right? It's supposed to be fun. But this was a pretty decent example of the secondaries. We had an insane first game, though, so I can't complain about the overall session. Just wish some of those outlier bad games... Oh, I say outlier. Those double carrier games feel like they happen more often than they should to these poor mid-tiers. Tier 8, Tier 7, Tier 6, some of the best fun to be had. You don't have the massive camp fest of late game. But dealing with double sub, double carrier games every once in a while like that is... pretty demoralizing, I'm not gonna lie. But that was Gneisenau. I am not gonna play another one. I don't have the energy to put into another match here, but it was still a pretty good experience overall. Make sure you comment down below whatever you want to see next time with this ship request series. Most upvoted, that is what I will be playing. Not sure how much of that second game I'm actually gonna end up putting in now that I'll start editing. I'll probably cut out most of it, to be honest with you. It's just... I hate listening back to myself just complain about everything, so I don't think that makes for a good video. So I'll probably cut most of it. Just know it was tough. It was tough out there today. But thank you very much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.